All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And, the chip is a lot further than what we think. Okay. Because just like what happened during the Social Security Act and when they were moving to the dollar, right? Back in the 1930s, you had people that were starting to transition early. Okay. And as the American economy collapsed, okay, and you see all of the prices of everything going up, okay, because of heavy debt. And you know what? I'm going to start off with that. Habakkuk, second chapter. This is Habakkuk 2 and 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay." Now, America has been piling on the debt and living in a consumer based economy. Since 1974, since we went on the petrodollar, so it's been based off of consumerism. Okay. And now the trillions and trillions of dollars that the United States, was making, that had been borrowed, Slovakia, and now the country within itself has accrued huge debt. Okay, and that thick clay that goes into debt right here. So when you read that parable against him and taunting proverb, saying, "Woe to him that increases that which just is," and laying himself with thick clay. So when you go to this word clay here, it means weights of pledges, heavy debts. Okay. So, America has heavy, heavy debts. All right. And these heavy, heavy debts that America has, they have to be paid. Okay. These debts have to be paid some way, somehow. So it's going to come in the form of an economic collapse. Okay. An economic downturn, prices going up, the value of things just not going up, but taking more dollar to buy that same thing. Okay. To redeem more of those dollars. So as the prices of things go up and more in debt is accrued, you're seeing a systematic collapse of this society. But that's also done on purpose, okay, for the purpose of bringing in the digital dollar and ultimately the MOTB. Okay, so they both tie into one another. All right, they're going to use this debt as a tool to collapse everything to bring in the new digital dollar. And we have the real ID that they're promoting right now, and that eventually is going to turn into a biometric ID. And then from there, that's going to turn into, the chip. All right, so this is Robert Kiyosaki, and he got a little bit to say about American debt. So let's just go ahead and play it.
It's going to be the poorest country in the world starting now. You're going to see the biggest crashes happening right now. So that's good for me because the price of gold and silver go up. So this time I went to the slums of Mumbai. But what shocks most people is America never had slums like that. Today, slums are everywhere across America. The slums of Mumbai are spreading across America. So the big shift is Russia, China versus America, Europe. The Chinese are threatening to shift the yuan to gold. And if they do that, US dollar collapses. If that happens, America goes. So that's why I've been saying it's commodities, silver and gold. So when the dollar crashes, I get richer.
All right. And, you got these people who think that when the dollar crashes, that it's going to be peaches and cream for them. No, when the dollar crashes, it's going to crash the world economy. Okay. Even those countries that are tying themselves to BRICS and aligning themselves to BRICS, if they have any dealings in dollars, the dollar's going to crash every goddamn thing. Okay. There's no getting around it. All right. And in doing so, it's going to bring in that digital system. All right. That new digital ID, that digital marker. And you have a lot of people across the world that are, especially in America, and in certain parts of Europe, that are already getting it. Okay. So I'm going to get another precept because this goes along with it. This is these unrighteous decrees. So this is Isaiah 33:1, and it says, "Woe to the 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled." You see, America was spoiling all of the nations of the world, and now it's come to a point to where it's America's turn. Okay, now it's America's turn. All right, for America to be spoiled. All right, and this is going to happen. And you don't need an invasion of people to come into the country to spoil it. It can be spoiled through economic disaster. All right, and that's exactly what's happening as America loses its wealth and prices of things going up. Right, the people of this country, they're going to lose all of their worldly possessions. All the money that they're earning is going to go out the window. All of the potential earnings are going out the window. Okay, why? Because America has went on a tirade, colonializing and conquering the world, and taking other people's shit. All right. So now it's time for America to get their shit taken. And first, you're going to see a financial collapse, and you're going to see all the people lose everything that they have. The wealth is being transferred from America to another. You know what? As I'll just get it. So we're gonna come right back to this. I want to bring out a quick precept. This is the book of Psalms 75 and 7. And it says, I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, verse 5, it says, "Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor the west, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another." You see that? So, so the Lord is the one that's bringing this place down right now. Okay. And one of the tools the Lord is using is heavy debt, because you can't escape that shit. You can't escape the debt of a country. Once you fall into to this much debt, there's nothing left but collapse. All right. So let's go back to that Isaiah. Oh no. All right, let's do this then. All right. So it says, "Woe to thee that was spoiled and was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." And America has lost its ability to go and take people's shit like they used to. You got Abraham Traore in that in that the African country, the Mina Faso, Brahim Mina Faso. I can't remember the exact name of the country, but how he's bucking up against them, and all of the African nations are banding together against European nations and kicking them out their countries. You got China bucking up against them. You got Iran. You got the Saudi nations bucking up against them. So you got all of these other nations that are bucking up against America. Okay, and the purpose of that is to fulfill prophecy for this thing to fall. All of the nations are going to come against America. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening. And in so doing that, right, as things start to collapse, they're going to need another form of payment. Order out of chaos. They're going to come with a solution as the dollar collapses. They're going to come with a solution to fix all of this chaos and all of this theft, this money theft, which is going to be in the form of the digital dollar. But it's only going to be short lived. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video, and what it does is it just shows basically that more and more people are getting this thing put in their body right now. All right. They're already doing it, and it's not publicized, and it's a lot more widespread than what you may think.
People with chips in their palms are already living among us and paying for purchases with them. In many countries, e.g. Sweden, Germany, USA, more and more people are implanting NFC microchips under the skin of their palms. And it's not about any science fiction. These chips allow you to pay for purchases, open doors, log into a computer, and even must start a motorcycle with a swipe of the hand. They're the size of a grain of rice and work like a proximity card, but hidden inside you. Some say the convenience of the future. Others, the first step to total surveillance.
Which is true. If they were able to actually pull this off, this is going to be absolute total surveillance. Okay? That's what it is. Then this man wants to be God. All right? So the first thing to do is to collapse all of the economies through economic turmoil, and then the next thing to do is to implement a solution, all right, which would be the chip. And if you got enough people that's already taking it, eventually you get so many people that are doing it that you have no choice but to either take it or be a nomad. Okay, those are going to be the options that you have. All right, and that's why it goes into force, because it ain't gonna be no goddamn there's going to be an alternative to having it. No, you're going to have to make a decision of whether or not you're going to take this or not. All right. So when it says might in Revelation 13 and 18, that word might actually goes into force. OK, so I'm going to start at verse 16, and it reads, and he causes both small. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay, so when you go into that word might, right?
Strong's G 1410, dunamai.
Oh, you know what, Salakia? My bad. It's the wrong word. It's the word cause. He causes. That's what I wanted to get. He causes is the word cause. He causes. The word causes means to force. See? To make. Okay? To make. All right? So he's going to make you do it. You're not getting out of this. All right? To make ready, to prepare, to be the authors of the cause. Okay, so they're going to be the authors of the cause, to make ready, to prepare, to produce, bear, shoot forth, acquire, provide a thing for oneself. Okay, and you keep on going. It says, declare one anything, to put one forth, to lead him out, to make one do something. Okay, to cause one. So when you go into that word cause, it means basically to force. They're going to force you to do it. All right. And this is why this is why it's called the hour of temptation, because you're going to be forced to do this. All right. And you're going to have to completely depend on the Lord in order to get through this. All right. So I'm going to continue on with verse 18. It says, here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So we already know that this goes into the chai stigma, the actual system, the piercing object, and the actual thing that they're going to use to identify you as the mark. All right. So we all know that this is the end game. But in order for this system to come into fruition, they have to crash the old system. And that goes into the debt that we spoke of earlier. All right. So, just want to do a quick video on that, and we'll end it off by giving all praises going on to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, great millstone. To the next time I say shalom.